All right, all right, all right. So, listen, I am not one for what are they called? Conspiracy theories. I'm not one for jumping to conclusions. Let me know if you guys can hear me, by the way. If my voice is too low, let me know. I switched out the headphones because that other one I know it had like super static issues. But anyway, I look at everything methodically. I'm very analytical. I look at everything methodically. I pay attention to my surroundings at all times, even unknowingly. Last night, I got back. All right. I didn't even go home because I knew I was going over to the izakaya last night. So I went to the city that one's in. I go to the place where I stay when I'm in that city, and I leave. Now, I want you all to listen to this story, and I want you to tell me if I'm tripping or not. For real, for real. From where I'm at, it is a straight line, one turn to get to where I'm going. I'm leaving from where I'm at. It's a dark alley where there's really nothing that goes on. If people are out, you wouldn't even know because the bar is up on this bar where I'm like staying at. There's a bar that's a couple like shit less than 100 feet away. That's up on like the fourth or fifth floor of that building. There's a restaurant that's downstairs that's already closing down for the night because of what time it is. I have to walk through a mall that's open, enter, exit on the other side, walk across the street, walk past the station I just came from. There, this is where everyone is on that path. I know on Saturday nights how to get everywhere. Like it's so strange. Let me explain this about Tokyo and in some cities like the major cities. You will see tons of people. Tons of people might be out and about in one or two like the main streets. They will be out in those back alleys, but you won't know because they're already inside. And I know very specific ones where damn near no one takes those alleys unless you live in that area. So I'm walking, I cross the street, I'm going past the station. I know how people move. I'm always aware of how people move around me. As I head towards the section where like all the lights are, all the bars, all the izakayas, everything else, everyone's talking in the street and yada yada yada, I hear running. I automatically they ain't running towards me. They gonna pass me by in a second here. Where they're running to, I don't know. What's the rush? But then the running stops. At that moment, every trigger in my body, every alert went off and said, danger. Once that happens to me, something bad is about to happen to somebody. I have look, some of y'all know what I used to do, some of y'all don't. It doesn't matter, whatever, but just know this. I am extremely well versed and trained in being aware of my surroundings and how to deal with certain situations. So as I'm walking, I'm still not really I mean, I get the tingle. I get the sensory. The sensory all goes off, everything else. But I'm still just like whatever. No big deal. But the footsteps I actually can hear them slightly because I'm so at that point so aware and you can feel somebody behind you. So I slightly look out of my peripheral and I see the shadow and the shadow is like it's up on me. It's about 3 steps behind me, 2 to 3 steps behind. I do something just to see what happens. I swerve to the left a little bit on everything. They swerve to the left behind me. So I keep walking. Now I know all I have to do is go straight, and then I take one left. I'm at the place. But in my head, something goes off, says, okay, we're playing a game now. So I turn down one dark alley. I know this alley, there's barely anyone on it. They follow me. I turn down the next dark alley. I know no one is on this one. They followed me. As I'm walking, I make an immediate stop, pivot right, and I turn. I end up seeing the guy. He like all of a sudden like jerks to a stop and then tries to listen. This alone, I should have went and slapped the dog shit out of him like for this moment alone. He literally stops and then like turns, goes to the corner because I stopped and as I pivoted, I had my phone up. I picked because I had both of my phones in my hand by the way. So I'm now got my phone and I'm looking at it, but then I look over at him and I'm dead ass looking at him like, "Why are you following me?" I am literally giving that look of what's the fucking problem? I don't say anything at this moment. Don't say a fucking word. I stand there for just a few seconds. Actually, it was more like 10 seconds just to see if he moved. This guy stood there at the corner and kept looking over at me. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? So, next move I make, I go ahead and go down another alley. Now, the alley I'm walking down, at the end of it, there's a bunch of aunties. There's like four aunties that are always there. They have a bar. They're trying to like they always stop people, try to get them up to the bar, everything else. Mind you, also at this corner is the place that I'm going to. The second floor, my barber. I know everyone in that area. The third floor, my friend's son owns that club. The video that I actually did with that girl in the bar was on the third floor of that building. The fourth floor is the place where they're like my family. The izakaya is right there. The fifth floor is the woman that I've known like since I moved here. She owns the bar up there. I know all the aunties that are sitting here. I know this whole area. I know everyone in that area. So if anything happened, this motherfucker was about to have a terrible night. But what I did was I walked down the path. I go behind two vending machines that are really close together, and I stand behind the vending machines. You cannot see me coming from the direction where we were walking from. You can't see me. So I'm behind these vending machines. I watch him as he's looking for me because I just disappeared. Ninja stealth moves in action, activated now. I'm watching him. The auntie that's sitting down in the black dress, she looks over, she sees me, and I stop her from like waving at me or anything. I just shake my head looking at her. And I felt bad doing that, but she got it a few seconds later. Because as soon as he was coming towards the vending machines, I came out from behind the vending machines, look at him, and I go, "What's the problem? What are we doing? Why are you following me?" In Japanese. He looks at me, fucking freaks the fuck out, and skitters off. And that's when the auntie she goes, "Daijoubu desu ka?" And I'm like, "Daijoubu, arigatou gozaimasu." I'm fine. She asks, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he runs off. And I'm like, nah, nah, nigga, nah, nah. I know where he is going. The path he's taking, I know where he's gonna end up. So I shoot down the opposite direction, go down another a little like alleyway, and stand at the edge of a fucking building. And as soon as he's about to hit that corner, I see the shorts and shirt that he was the striped shirt and everything else. I just pop out and I'm like, what? He freaked the fuck out. Didn't say anything and just darted off for real. Tell me, am I wrong for thinking that I had somebody following me after doing everything that I did? All the cuts down, corn like the drunken stumble to the left. The he followed that. The stop. He stood at a corner, watched me, and then tried following me again. I have to pop out on a motherfucker after going taking lead him down different dark corners. Am I crazy? Like what? And even that was the thing. Even the aunties, they saw it. They were just like, that was weird. That was fucking weird. Now here's the thing. there's a few reasons this could have possibly been. All right. Like I said, I had both of my phones in my hand. I saw as they were behind me when I made the turn, it was like they were looking down at the phones for one, because I even took a look behind me just super quick while walking, and I'm noticing that look. But then the other part of it is, well, I mean, it still could be like a robbery situation. The other part is, of course, I look foreign, but I don't look like the type of person you should ever try to fuck with. Seriously. I walk with purpose. I'm wide. I'm big fucking arms, chest, shoulders, back. I look like I could throw someone easily because I fucking can. And then the third thing that hit me, and this is where the whole conspiracy theory situation kind of, I laughed it off, but then I know what I know. And it was because of the way that he was moving, and it was because of the way that he looked, knowing that he was Japanese, but you're dressed like that, everything else. Here was my next thing. The most recent thing that Japan just started, one of the stupidest fucking things ever, for no real fucking purpose, because they have no ops like that. They just set up a new department that started in Tokyo with people who are quote unquote supposed to be like the American CIA. All right. They're training these people. And when I actually broke that down, I was like, you know what? It kind of is good because of the fact that you're in Tokyo. You would try to train people later at night. You would think that most people might be a little drunk. You are going to follow someone who might look like they're, a foreigner or something like that. But you fucked around and chose the wrong one, because I swear to y'all, here was the thing. If anything would have happened, and this is why it ended up going down two different dark alleys, especially that second alley where I knew no one was. Because if anything was going to pop off, I was going to hurt that dude badly. And I do mean badly. Even if this was a cop who was like undercover, just walking around and peeping people out or whatever, he was fucking. I can't say he's terrible at his job, because I was taught how to deal with those situations, but I maybe it's just me thinking in terms of what I know I wanted to do to that guy last night. When I figured out that you were fucking following me, and I don't have any. See, here's the problem with following somebody: that when you don't have permission to be following someone, when you don't know that person, and when you do shady shit like the way that dude did shady shit, it puts you in a bit of a fucking predicament, because the person that you're following now, when they're fully aware and every trigger is going off, they're instantly thinking that, are you trying to rob me or do some kind of harm to me? At that point, I have no fear. I'm just thinking in my head of how badly I'm going to fuck you up. So yeah, last night that it threw me off, and I was like, I'm not tripping here. I know I did everything, like, I mean, everything I possibly could to give this dude a chance to get the fuck away from me and prove to me that he wasn't like, following me, stalking me, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying. He said me eating ramen while watching this. No, it was legit a thing of, I'm like, I got a red sauce bean and cheese burrito. I legit just, I was just thinking to myself, am I tripping? But I know I'm not. That's it. That's it. But anyway, yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and share that with y'all. I am not going to be on stream long today. Well, I mean, it's only 12:30 here right now. I'm gonna be on until about 6 o'clock tonight, maybe seven. But I didn't have any other uh things to discuss or whatever. So let's see. I don't even have any Xbox or Xbox. I just read Xbox. I didn't have any YouTube videos or anything like that that I was gonna pull up, but I figured I had to share that story and get y'all's thought get y'all's thought on it. Um, is there anything y'all trying to get me to look at? Otherwise, I'm about to get into some gaming, and I think what I'm gonna do is hop onto Rivals. Hopefully, it won't crash the system again. Hopefully, that won't happen. I might get on the Rivals. I want to play. Uh, I kind of want to. No, I think Halo. Hey, Teflon, are you trying to get on Halo right now? Because I was honestly thinking I was gonna hold that off until next week when I got back on. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I want to play FPS, but then I'm just like, I don't know how many more missions. What we got like maybe 5 more missions or something like that. That's why I was thinking like next week we could run that again when I get on. Not tripping. That shit is weird. Facts. Okay, dang, I'm like, bruh, like I don't even know. It was just it was just weird. No matter how you cut it, it's like, bro, if you had something to say to me, if there was something you wanted to ask me, if you were lost or something like that, if I looked like somebody you could talk to at that moment, whatever the case, nigga, open your mouth. But you following me is about to get you fucked up. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And that was the one thing that, even one of us up at the izakaya even said to you, was like, maybe he's one of those, I call them the people who don't supposedly exist here anymore. Yakuza, like maybe he was one of them trying to, pull some. I was like, either way it went, he was about to die last night. That man, that guy, for following me, for stalking me, he was about to die last night. You know, bingo, finally made it to a stream. What's good, visualizing? How's it going? I be having those nights. Yeah, I'm like, I'm in the mood for FPS, but I'm like, I don't know, not, I don't, maybe not Halo. But then there's nothing else. There's nothing else that I play anymore. There's nothing else I play anymore. So yeah, but anyway, that story is out of here. It was just a very weird, and I mean, all of it happened the way I dragged him around that area. I- all of it happened within a matter of, I'd say, about, in total, a little like 5.5 minutes, because I dragged him out of the way. That walk for me, just from when I'm in that town, the place I stay, instead of going home, like going home for me from there is about what? It's 2 train stops. I could technically walk home. It's like 45 minutes, but it's too fucking hot out right now to be pulling that dumb shit. But it's a 2 train stop. The only problem is, by the time I'm done being out eating, having drinks and stuff like that, the last train is already gone. So whenever I'm in that town, I know I'm staying. But the place I stay at, from the point from there to get to the izakaya, literally for me, is about, because the speed I walk at and everything else, it's about 6.5, 7 minutes at best. I tacked on almost an extra 5 minutes just to fuck with that dude, to figure out if he was following me or not. Missed that Halo stream, tweaking about that. No, all